Hi, welcome to Surviving Motherhood. Okay, I want to begin today by reading the first 3 verses out of Psalm 61 for you. Hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer. From the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. I'm looking at this verse, well, these 3 verses, and to me it kind of sounds like at first David is, he's a little desperate. He says, hear my cry, O God, listen to my prayer. From the ends of the earth I call to you. I call as my heart grows faint. Have you ever felt like your heart is growing faint while you're calling out to God? I have. I have this little card here. It's these 31 biblical virtues to pray for your kids. And according to the day of the month, you pray that virtue for your kid. And I love doing this. I think it's so important to be lifting my children up to God, who loves them more than I do. But honestly, sometimes I get discouraged and my heart feels faint. I feel like I'm calling from the ends of the earth and nobody's listening. Because, for example, the other day I prayed, Father, let my children make every effort to do what leads to peace. And I spent a lot of time praying that my children would be peace-loving, that God would put it in their hearts to live at peace with one another, to do everything they can to do what leads to peace. And you know what happened that afternoon? Boys came home from school, and I don't think they could have said a nice word to each other if I had paid them. Maybe I should try that. No, kidding. Anyway, they were not displaying at all that they were doing anything with a desire for peace. And that happens quite a bit. Maybe it's just I'm more sensitive because I've prayed a certain virtue for my children, and so I'm looking that day to see if it's there. But sometimes I feel like I'm praying and nothing is happening, and it's easy to get discouraged. I wonder if David was somewhere along those lines, feeling discouraged, feeling like God wasn't listening to him. But I love how he kind of reminds himself to come back to God. He says, lead me to the rock that is higher than I, for you have been my refuge, a strong tower against the foe. And I know that's something I need to do. I need to remember who God is and what he has done. I need to remember he's faithful, that he is my strong tower. He is my refuge. I can run to him and trust him. And I especially need to remember that he is raising up my children. I need to pray for them. I need to model for them and love them and instruct them. But they are in God's hands, and I need to trust him. Wonder if you're praying for anything right now. If you're feeling faint, your heart is growing faint as you're calling from the ends of the earth. Would you remember today that God is good, and in his perfect time, he will bring the answer that is best for your prayers. Yeah, just rest in that today. Have a great day.